Welcome to the Teacher in Service today on Instagram in the Classroom. This in-service will be provided by Tara Apgar, Timothy Craig, Sasha Davis, and Michaela Romberger.
What is Instagram? Instagram, a mobile photo and video capturing and sharing service, has quickly emerged as a new medium in the spotlight in the recent years. It provides users an instantaneous way to capture and share their life moments with friends through a series of filter-manipulated pictures and videos. Since its launch in October 2010, it has attracted more than 150 million active users, with an average of 55 million photos uploaded by users per day, and more than 16 billion photos shared so far. The extraordinary success of Instagram corroborates the recent reports which states that photos and videos have become the key social currencies in today's society. What are the benefits of Instagram for education? Geotagging is the process of adding geographical identification metadata to various content such as photographs, videos, websites, or SMS messages. Such metadata usually consists of latitude and longitude, though they can also include altitude, bearing, distance, accuracy data, and place names. Geotagging can help users browse and watch the images with their location-specific information in an intuitive way. This can provide high-quality support for teaching, which is added benefit for today's learners. In addition, geotagging-enabled information services can also potentially be used to find location-based news, websites, or other learning resources. These can also provide learners and instructors with further reference information. Geotagging can tell users the location of the content of a given picture or other media or the point of view, and conversely, on some media platforms, show media relevant to a given location.
There are many ways to use social media within the classroom. Take Instagram, for instance. As a social studies teacher, you may often have the students create timelines to connect the information. Students can show what they understood from the lesson by creating infographics and video clips as a review of what they've learned and a progressive timeline. This is beneficial for the teacher and student. The teacher can meet students where they are, monitor growth and progress, assess learning, and provide valuable feedback. The students will be able to compare their page with other peers, and if they miss a day of class, they can get an understanding and clarity from other Instagram pages and the teacher's feedback. When using Instagram as an educator, you have the ability to target a specific audience. Your students will be highly engaged because they are familiar with Instagram more than likely. You're able to post comments easily and provide feedback. And you also are able to increase the amount of students that you are able to reach.
Weaknesses in using Instagram as an educator. As with any tool in the classroom, Instagram also has its weaknesses. One of those weaknesses is having an age requirement. Users of Instagram need to be at least 13 years of age. However, the population that we have targeted is generally just becoming 13 or even younger than 13. While one of the advantages of Instagram is such the popularity with this age group, it's also a disadvantage. There are still a large portion of this population that is not familiar with Instagram or is not permitted to have Instagram by parental discretion. Limitations on your content is also a weakness in using Instagram. While there are plenty of content-related images, text, videos on Instagram, there may be limitations with specific contents. Therefore, we cannot solely rely on Instagram in the classroom. There are also additional weaknesses such as safety, which require using internet safety rules to be applied before tasks such as these are given to students. And as always, it is important to inform parents of students' use of social media websites as well as any other internet resource. Using Instagram as a feedback tool in the classroom. One thing as teachers we are always trying to improve on is feedback. And not only just feedback, but quality feedback that our students can grow from. And one way we can do that is through the use of Instagram. Today, our students are extremely familiar with Instagram. They know how to post pictures, post comments on each other's posts, and whether we know it or not, our students are constantly giving feedback to one another. One thing that makes Instagram such an awesome tool to do this is it gives them the ability to provide direct feedback to students. Teachers can comment on individual students' posts, they can comment on group posts. Students can also use this tool to show understanding by using images and text. So not only are teachers giving feedback, but we can also get a better detailed feedback from our students. Teachers are also able to provide quick, growth-producing feedback on student learning. As I mentioned, teachers are able to comment on posts, they're able to send messages, and through this, students are able to get more direct feedback. Too often, we just write a score on the paper and never say what could have been improved, what areas were weak. By using Instagram, we are able to pinpoint weaknesses in our students' work and provide that growth-producing feedback that they need.
Regarding Instagram's usability and sustainability, a 2017 study of social media data usage ranks Instagram the top platform, comparably in number of posts, media users, and days of use. Instagram's continued sustainability is connected to the fact that it has more diverse users than any other social media application. Moreover, regarding sustainability, in the Time magazine article entitled, "This is what the future of Instagram looks like," on his 5th birthday in October 2015, the co-founder and CEO, Kevin Systrom, told Time magazine how he sees the app's community of users coming together to offer a real-time view of the world around us and where the app is headed in changing what the world will look like in the future. His interview can be heard at the following link.
You can see the world happening in real time through Instagram. And I think that's true whether it's Taylor Swift's 1989 tour, which trends on Instagram all the time, or an important moment like a protest overseas, or a march like Je suis Charlie in Paris. When we launched Instagram nearly 5 years ago now, October 6th of 2010, we tapped launch right before midnight, thinking, okay, everyone's asleep. But, we were a little naive, and we didn't realize that midnight Pacific time actually meant that it was morning in Europe and midday elsewhere. And all of a sudden, people just started rolling in droves. The stress of keeping the servers up was actually literally what kept us up at night. When I was a junior in college, I got to take a really awesome photography class. And my photography teacher, the day I arrived, I had this new fancy camera with a fancy lens. And he took it away and he said, "No, today you're going to use this." And it was a plastic Holga camera. And it took pretty blurry photos. They were square. And he taught me you could add chemicals to the development bath, and it would change the tone of the actual developed photo. It was a lesson I just applied later when we started creating Instagram. We had to create something that incentivized you to take photos, and filters were it. So I'd say that class really put its mark on Instagram in the long run. I wanted and Mike, my co-founder, wanted to as well, create something where we could share what we were doing in the moment. Images could be an international language. You don't have to speak English to understand someone's photo. Really pivotal moment for us was Hurricane Sandy.
The East Coast is being pummeled with the power.
An entire coast of the United States came together on social media in a way that I don't think you really saw before. At the end of the day, there's no better way to consume what's happening in the world other than images and video, and I think Instagram's at the natural nexus of both of those. The next decade, at least on Instagram, will be the decade where we realize the power of a collective group of people capturing the world in real time through their phones. I don't think we quite understand how that will disrupt industries. I hope in 100 years that I'll be around to see what people think about Instagram, but I know that human nature to connect with other people and the human need to communicate visually and to see what's happening in the world.
Instagram is a tool that can be used in many different outlets inside the classroom. One way is to showcase student work. Instagram allows you to post videos, text, and even images. Therefore, there are a variety of ways that we can showcase student work. If parents follow a teacher Instagram account, they can also see the student work from there. Or it can just be a way to share student work with other peers. Another way to use Instagram is by having students imagine how a historical figure would use Instagram. Having students post from the perspective of a historical figure, or even just how the post would be different from today compared to a historical time period. Another way to use Instagram is by sharing reading recommendations. Students can share books they have read recently and recommend those to peers, or even give book reviews of stories they didn't like. Scavenger hunts can be done through Instagram. Students can search through Instagram, for example, doing an ABC scavenger hunt, finding different things for each letter on a specific area of content. Another way for a teacher to use Instagram is by documenting student progress. Along with sharing student work, this can be an outlet for teachers to document student progress, and it gives a quick overview of how the student has progressed through the year. There are a variety of ways that Instagram can be used, and these are just a few examples. Provided is a list of references used in the making of this ISD presentation.